Now, with 70% of people enjoying a barbecue, it's getting the skills right, getting the food right, and enjoying that great big outdoor cookout that is going to make a family event fantastic. Stars of Sam and Shauna's big cookout are here to tell me how to get it right. How are you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Jason?
Great.
Oh, good. Right. Okay. So, barbecuing. I think we a lot of the time have that one person in the family who seems to think that they are the master of the barbecue. They're not always that good, are they? What makes a good barbecuer?
Well, first of all, you need two female fire starters, and we'll be getting our sizzle on this weekend with our Napoleon barbecue and cooking up a storm. And we're just praying for good weather.
Well, this is it. You always want to make sure that the sun shines on your sausages there cooking on the griddle. But I think with this research from Napoleon grills, I mean, we're seeing that it's people want to get the food right, and they know once they've got the correct grill, they've got to make sure what you're putting on it is quality. And whether you're going, meat eating, vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, whatever it is, it's just getting the flavors right that make the difference.
And I think it's also getting the right barbecue as well and using the right fuel. I think there's lots of different factors that can give you a perfect barbecue every time.
So where do we start? Obviously, the grill. Let's begin there.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter whether you're cooking on a gas grill or a charcoal barbecue or even a travel barbecue. You can in the back garden, on your balcony, on the beach. And when I think about British barbecue, Jason, we are a nation of global flavors. So whether it's jerk chicken, tandoori, Peking duck, satay skewers, let's think bigger than burnt burgers and sausages.
And yeah, I think that is actually something that adds a bit of interest to it too, doesn't it? And when you are putting maybe a kebab on the barbecue, include some vegetables in it as well as if you are going for meat. But mixing it up a little bit and making sure your marinades are right.
Well, and also, why not cook your vegetables directly in the coals, for extra flavor? If you're a vegetarian and you don't have a barbecue, you are missing out because there's nothing that elevates things like butternut squash or peppers, onions, even chilies in the barbecue. That will really up your barbecue game, and it's really visual and colorful. And when people come for a barbecue, that's what they want to see.
Mhm. And people like to show off with their barbecue. And if they're going for one of the Prestige Pro series from Napoleon, then they are definitely going to need a big garden.
Kind of. I mean, they are designed to sort of fit into most gardens,
Oh, well, I'm,
but
I'm
you've got
thinking the
some.
number of people you're going to be feeding on this thing because this is a food producing monster.
Well, you can feed a small army, and I think with these, particularly with the grills that we've got, Napoleon barbecue, you've got some cool, funky little features on it. One of them has got this amazing sizzle zone, which for me is a foolproof steak every single time. And so we use it all the time. We use it on chicken breasts, on whole chickens, steaks. It's just brilliant. So that's one of our tips. Like make barbecuing easy for yourself by getting yourself a decent grill.
And
See, but
also, if you've got a charcoal barbecue, you can buy attachments like rotisserie attachments
Mm.
so that you could do like a whole chicken or a whole rump cap and just
A
have it a
porchetta.
porchetta, something
Love
that's just
that.
slowly
Mm.
rotating in the background. Like the Pro 22 charcoal, the one that Napoleon have, the one that we have, they've got fantastic rotisserie attachments. And every time somebody comes to a barbecue in our back garden, they go, wow, what is that rotating in the background?
that sounds fantastic. See, the fact they have something called the Rogue Pro series, I got you down as that, to be fair,
Well,
purely
as
by
a
name
Star
alone.
Wars fan, it floats my boat as a Star Wars fan as well. So,
Now, when it comes down to the way in which we serve our food, are you paper plates? Do you have Tupperware for the garden? What do you do to make that right?
well, I think it goes without saying you shouldn't go to somebody's barbecue without a bit of Tupperware because we always tend to over cater, I think, in the UK. And as people that barbecue, you just want to be generous with those serves. But generally, I mean, it's always a bit elegant if you can you serve on proper plates. I think it's all about elevating barbecue. And another one of my tips is like I think sometimes we do go a little bit over the top. So we'll make the five coleslaws, the potato salads, we'll have the buns, the sausage. I think we need to stop viewing it as a buffet and more viewing it as a meal. So, for example, example, Jason, if you came round, I wanted to cook you a porchetta with some beautiful rosemary roast potatoes and maybe a gorgeous fennel and orange salad. I could either cook that indoors or outdoors, but I'm making one meal on my one barbecue.
Mhm.
And so that's the way we need to sort of view it, I think. So it's less waste, less hassle because you're focused on specific ingredients.
And when it comes to who's doing the cooking on the day, obviously you have to identify with the help of an apron so they know who's in charge.
It must have the slogan "License to Grill" on
Oh,
it.
that
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
And or Daddy's barbecue.
Other than the rotisserie, what are your favorite accessories when it comes down to barbecue?
Well, yesterday we had a fantastic day with Napoleon Barbecue down at the barbecue shop in Woking.
Mm.
And one of the things that we use is a fish basket. Now, you don't can't just use a fish basket for fish. You can also use it for chicken, vegetables, protein.
Mm.
And what we love about a fish basket, it means that you can ram it full of delicious food. And when you put it on the barbecue, it's very portable. You can move it around. So instead of turning 20 individual chicken thighs, you can just
Mm.
pick up your basket, turn it over once, and away you go.
It's for sure my favorite accessory. I mean, I hope I'm always using it right, but I'm always finding new ways of using it. I just think it's just so versatile. And a fish basket, even in its essence, it's used to be cooking fish. Your fish doesn't stick to it, which I know is always a problem when we're barbecuing, the fish sticking to the grill. People tend to avoid doing fish on the barbecue, but that little fish basket, I'm telling you, I have used it. Mine are looking quite battered now. I think I need to get some more.
But also, Jason, in terms of safety first, the one thing that every barbecue chef should have in their arsenal is an instant read thermometer. Why
Definitely.
stand around scratching your head, wondering if something's cooked when you can just get a probe, an instant read thermometer, and you can probe it. It'll tell you exactly the temperature that it's at. Because the worst thing that can happen is you go around someone's house for a barbecue and they say, "What did you get from the barbecue?" And it wasn't just the food.
No, well, this is the advantage though, of something like having a proper barbecue because you know you're going to get good heat balance across it as well, and that's where
Yeah.
Napoleon grills come in because once you've got it set up properly, you know what you're getting. Those disposable ones, they don't half the time. They just it's heat one end, not the
Terrible.
other. It's uneven. You want to be able to control it, and your fish basket there as well. I mean, you also want to make sure that you're getting just fish scales stuck to your grill, and then it doesn't.
Yeah.
And everybody gets a bit of fish scale in the burger. You do it right, you use your accessories, and that way you enjoy perfect cuisine.
And listen, for the last 13 years, we've been on a mini campaign to ban the
Mm,
disposable barbecues because not only are they horrible to cook on for the reasons that you've just said,
mm,
the charcoal and the fuel in it is an absolute horror story. If we can buy British lump wood charcoal and wood, that's a better start. But a travel barbecue, Napoleon do a
mm.
fantastic travel barbecue. And it doesn't matter if you've got a tiny little balcony in a flat in London or you're cooking on a beach in Wales. There's no reason to be buying disposable barbecues because you can buy a portable one with really reasonably. It'll last you for 20 years if you look after it. And it means you just can get out and about, whether you're up a mountain, on a beach, by the river, fishing. Travel barbecues are the future.
Yeah, man, and it'll be recyclable when it does come to the end of its life because you've
Yeah,
Absolutely.
battered
I
it so
agree.
many times in and out the car.
We have a
100%.
barbecue cookery school in our back garden in South Wales, and we get a lot of people that come that are into caravanning, camper vanning, and camping. And the travel barbecue is your best friend in that scenario.
Mm.
Well, it's all about getting some great food whenever you're celebrating with friends and family. Where can we go to find out more about what you two guys are up to start off with? And then, of course, the website for Napoleon Grills.
So you can follow us on samonshauna.com where we do a whole range of different barbecue classes. But Jason, I want to invite you to our favourite festival of the year, which is Carfest. And if you want to come and learn more about barbecue for the fourth year in the row, we're going to be
Mm.
hosting the Napoleon Big Barbecue Cookout Stage with some of the best celebrity chefs, Michelin star chefs in the country. It's an open invitation to you, Jason. If you want to come down to Carfest, we'll get you up on stage and we'll show you how it's done.
And we can try your tasty chicken thighs that have been cooked in your fish sort of basket at the same time.
That's a delicacy.
You'll
That's a
you'll be
delicacy.
you'll be convinced, let me tell you.
I'm already
You'll be
sold.
convinced.
I am I'm mentally there, even if I'm not physically there yet. But there we go. Napoleon Grills have got their website. Give that a Google. See their full range of fantastic products and see what you can go to town on with these two girls doing what they do best, and that's making sure everybody's fed and happy. Sam Evans, Shauna Guinn, thank you for joining us.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Dr.
Jason. Have a
Thank you.
great
Thanks
weekend.
for having us.